Alright, doing the obligatory microphone check. Alright, doing... And the microphone works. Hello, this is Vulturefire, and it's time for another Breach Wanderers stream. So we are still on beta version 1060. If you are interested in joining the beta, there's a link to the Discord in the description. Join the Discord, ask one day about joining the beta. There's new stuff, new cards, and every character skin has a new set of passives. So today, I asked the Discord for suggestions on my stream because I did not have a plan. And the Discord suggests I try and put together a strike-only run, and failing that, to do Crystal Rowden, because we'd kind of agreed that Crystal Rowden is not quite as good as you'd maybe hope. And in my own experience, that is the case where, while this can be very good, a lot of Crystal Rowden's weight is resting on this level 4 passive, because this one, you're mostly only getting crystallized from level 4. This, while decent, is not on its own anywhere near enough to justify taking over regular Rowden. Because the big thing is, like, regular Rowden has, even if you completely ignore this passive, you have 3 incredibly valuable passives here. You get 2 extra mana every single turn. The growth means that you don't have to include any growth cards. You're often going to end up at, so you're effectively going to get like 6 extra mana starting on like the second turn a lot of the times. And then you're always getting the extra card. So while this is a scaling option, that is just not enough on its own, I think, to compete with the sheer, like, yes, level 1 is fine, but it's not 2 extra mana every turn good, especially early on in a run. Hello. This is explaining why I don't think Crystal Rowden is good. And yet you hate Rowden. Alright, so anyway, for the strike-only run, I think we have a couple obvious options, one of which is Pugilistina, because, yeah, we do strike things. One of the downsides to Pugilistina is that, of course, because the strikes aren't discarded at end of turn, we do run the risk of just, like, getting our hand clogged. But we're going to run on turn 1 anyway, so it won't matter, right? Another option is Katon, because it's Katon, so doing strike stuff makes sense. If we're looking at, like, specifically character cards, Katon gets Vindictive Strike, obviously, but also Purging Strike gives us a way to transform cards, which we otherwise won't have. Pugilist Strike only use skip. What do you mean? I don't mean you always skip one turn. I mean you never end turn 1. You never actually end your first turn. Words are hard. Anyway, so, like, and then Heated Strike gives away, like, back into strike stance repeatedly. So, like, these two are a decent reason to go for, and just like Corrupted Katon in general is good. But I am always too full on Inadex. Oh, I mean, you skip turn 1 on purpose to be able to kill turn 2 consistently. That's a thing, I guess. Oh, because you would just have all of the cards in your hand? That makes some sense. Anyway, so as far as character-specific strikes go, obviously we have Unarmed Combo and Sharpening Strike. Improvised Strike is useless because we can only get tools from this. Resourceful Strike, also useless because, like, Makeshift Strike is the only source of tools. But Sharpening and Unarmed Combo are obviously very good, and just, like, we get the extra healing, and we get the potential of hitting that if we can somehow play enough strikes to get there. So I think we're going to go with Pugilistina. So one thing here is we obviously want free strikes. The question is, how many do we want to do? Like, Forbidden Blade I don't think is good here. Because I don't think we want... one of the big things, like, we have no ways to get mana. Sharpening Strike at least upgrades to be free. Riposte is played on draw, so that's effectively free. I think we probably want at least one unarmed combo in the deck. I guess, if we're trying to get it all done in one go, Strenuous isn't the worst. Like, being free is very relevant. I do kind of want the feints. I mean, no dealing for me. No. I mean, the only cards that I take that are in my deck are strikes. If I play a strike that generates something, I can use that. So, like when I was looking at Catan, I could play the Quick Blast off of the Purging Strike. Let's do that, I guess. Yeah, the Forbidden Blade is the big one that I'm unsure about. I think I may run one and plan to cut it later, potentially, but I want the other free strike. I'm also really not sure if I want a Rallying or not. If I ever find a way to get my mana going, I think I will really want these Rallying Strikes. Maybe we do that instead of the Forbidden Blade. Just going to live ambitiously. And then for the card pool, we are not putting Insanity Strike in. I think there are enough strikes we don't have to. Nope, I lied. We do have to include it. Man, watch this be our roll every time. It's just like these three. I think it's fine once you upgrade follow-up and Mana Mace. Oh, for Rally, yeah. So we have Mana Mace. We could just start by adding all of them and see how many we get to, but I want to start by adding the ones that I am more interested in. I think Future Strike is actually probably okay. Future Slash is actually probably okay. I think Triggering Fatigue is going to be tricky. Blessed is obviously good. Makeshift is good. I don't know about that. I don't know how much powerful we're actually going to be able to stack. Guess we'll find out. Crystal Strike. Oh, this is that many times. I've forgotten that now hits a bunch of times. Don't think we're ever hitting the other condition on that, but let's see what Tempest. There's fewer strikes than I thought there were. Give it Bleed 1. That doesn't seem great. I don't hate having the Envenom. That seems okay. Do we take more Sharpening Strikes is the question. I think we might want more Rallyings. Most Pool is bad, so Custom Easy, but yeah, that's fair. That is not useful to us, really. Yeah, Tenderize is a perpetual problem child. I think it's better than it looks. Because if you win, can we get the deck? Yeah. It's pretty simple. I'm basically just adding all the strikes. This is not a complex build. And give you your decks at 1? No. I didn't realize you had done this with all... I knew you had done the strike deck. I didn't realize that you had done, like, literally 100% strikes. Going for the easy joke. Obvious card back. Can we fight Endurance? I think the answer is no. Let's try that. Go Ramparts. Plains obviously for Elemental Strike. Fighting Dread, Avarice, Primal. No, we're not fighting 7 Idols. That's not happening. That might happen. I don't think so, but it might. There are a decent number of items that would make that happen. That's not happening with this. Coward. Yeah, I am a coward. You are correct. I don't hate that, actually. Sure. That's hilarious. The money, I know it's a waste of money, but I'll struggle through. All right, so no. Oh, but rousing strike. We can get rousing strike potentially. We can get two. Oh man, if we can get some rousing strikes, that would be incredible. So yeah, the question is, do I want to like play out this hand, or do I want to go to next turn? I think we're just gonna play out the hand. Phase skip may have been the play, but I think this is good enough. That evasion is a nuisance, but there we go. Yeah, the Scar Sprites, the opportunist thing is very, very good. Yeah, I was thinking early. Ooh, that's fine. It doesn't give us critical. It does potentially get in the way of drawing our rousing strikes, though. Things that don't cost power to play, or that don't cost mana to play, are at a premium. So, it's worth noting the rest restore health option there doesn't give you max health, so it's useless if you're at max. Oh, hey. We're going to take the strike option. I think we do just pass the turn here. Alright. Let's go bonk. Bonk. I was hoping to see another sharpening, but oh well. Trying to think like, how do I waste the least damage here? Oh, this gives mana. I had totally missed that this now gives mana. Wow. Reading cards is a fascinating thing you can do. I hadn't even considered the possibility of reading my cards, but that changes this whole run. Look, I am so used to Follow-Up Strike just being more hits. I didn't even think to read it. I had not played it on the beta. That's why Rousing Strike is playable. I didn't even think about that. I thought we were just like planning on finding mana somewhere else. At any rate. I should have played that differently so I've got more health. Alright, that's not bad. I need the Robot Outrider. Okay. Rude. Was this thing going to die to... No, that's going to be 24. It's unfortunate. I was really hoping I would be able to do damage to this one, but if I can't, I'm going to go ahead and finish with this so that I can go ahead and get damage on the back one. And then we win with that. What clog before one Pugelson through literally only strikes? Yeah. Nice Pugelson. Yeah, Pugelson, and we're specifically playing strikes only. And yeah, it's the like Timber Strike is also very good, but we need this Rousing Strike. That seems good. Man, how are we going to beat Dread? Do not call me Daddy. Fire that as makes me uncomfortable. Winning 50-50 without rerolls? Yeah, absolutely. We will just... Alright, so we're going to cut... What here? Probably the Assisted Strike. We don't really need it when we have that other thing. All right. Summon that out. We may as well do that because probably no. No! Don't steal our mana. Absolute savages. I think I want to do these. Oh, I should have sequencing sword. I wasn't totally sure what I wanted to do before I... Oh, there I wasn't possibly redrawing anyway. In my head I was like, oh, I want to be able to redraw. But redrawing is not possible. Oh, we just have super lethal here. I didn't realize just how much damage we had. Oh, you're right. I didn't even think about saving it for the unarmed combo. You're right. So we could technically spend a reroll here to get the versatile, but Rousing Strike, beta specific character, it is an idle card. Rousing Strike is an elite card that drops from the Idol of Hunt. I don't think it does this on... It is not good on Life Patch, though. I don't remember what it does, but it's not good. These are not super useful. We should probably just take and cut these. Like, this isn't terrible, because it does give us powerful if we... Oh, no, but it only gives us powerful if... Okay, right. This is not the one that draws if... I had to mix up with the rare. Yeah, this is bad. This like live version was... Yeah, probably. I don't remember exactly what the live version is. That doesn't help us. That's not useful. This probably won't do anything, but it might. If we get the, whatever. Okay, so we have a lot of slot upgrades here. Like, more powerful from the Rousing Strike is good. Expansion... Oh, yeah, Expansion is really good. Expansion is a very, 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 very strong card. It's just not for this deck. Probably just... Is it... Upgrade follow-up strike? Yeah, like... I'm basically looking at the follow-ups and the rallying as my first upgrade. Yeah, or the sharp... Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we have so many good upgrades. Like, obviously, it's not the riposte. It's not the strenuous strikes. It's not the stinging strike, but... We're going to go with the rallying for the moment. Right, and I already spent my cut because I had to remove whatever. And, like... I am going to path into the extra fight here because I do think that the second Rousing Strike is potentially that valuable. Although, I do have to shuffle to be able to get that value. Oof, we're going to be super bleeding next turn. So, I think I am going to actually play out this turn because of the bleed. So that was 2. No, that was 2. 3. Thinking if I can get 2. Who's constantly accusing you of cheating here? I don't know. Oh, it's pretty good. Pretty bleed, maybe more. Yeah. This is like 3. That's 2, I think. From. I don't know. Anyway. Can I get to 8? And if I do, it's going to involve playing the Sharpening Strikes, I think. So I may as well play the Sharpening Strikes now. If I'm going for it. Okay. Hey! You got me there. Does that ever shield? Yes. My luck is variable, let's say. Well, I don't want to eat all this damage, but I'm not going to, because these guys are going to kill that. So I may just play this to shuffle it in. And then eat those hits. Yeah. Yeah. Stop stealing my mana on the turns that I'm saving my... Yeah. Wow, that was unfortunate. Just a series of really, really not what I wanted to see. All Alright, let's do this to just quickly clear out that. Ideally, we would want to get this kill in one go so we don't have to kill a bunch of this. I think we should be fine. Oh, that is unfortunate on that, how that number breaks down. But it's fine. Also, idle enemy. What does that? Oh, nice for card? Yeah. Never seen that anymore? Yeah. Yeah, the voice stalker is from Idle Hunt. Yeah, Agile Strike I still would take if we weren't going for the other thing. I wasn't doing this in your version. Oh, yeah, because. Right. Browser tracking bounce from C threshold? Yeah. So, yeah, I think we're just cutting whatever we take here eventually. I don't completely hate this, but we do already have critical. Hunt always did our version, but remember, By the 2 was not playing on anybody's normal version. Guess we just take the Tenderize and plan to cut it. Extra starting mana is nice. We're just going to do that. Oh, but if we're going to do that, we also should play out one of those so that we can redraw it. Oh, we have 2 evades. I should use it both. For some reason, I thought we only had 1. I thought Fate only gave 1 evade by default. I forgot that it gives 2 now. Just paying occasional buffs after fight. Okay, the starting fatigue is a major nuisance. Okay. Alright. Let's go ahead and finish that one off. I'm not going to summon this because they'll all just get got, and it doesn't seem useful to me. With the lifesteal. Oh no, they don't have lifesteal. Hunger's not active. Never use playing card and bridge runners for using game cards? Yeah. Most points you can keep temporary version for later. Yeah, that's true. For future gain, yeah. Alright, let's see. I am just going to play out cards. Why didn't I do that first? Because I wasn't thinking. No, because I wasn't looking at my hand more accurately. Whatever, we made it to the fight. I guess we just take another sharpening strike. I also don't hate this. This is probably actually better. If we're not triggering fatigue. We do actually want as much max frost, shock, etc. as we can, because that will increase our odds of being able to handle dread. Oh, these guys. Okay. Sharpening kills more permanent for both buffs and deck. Or now that you're that good. I don't. No! How dare you? We may actually have lethal here. We do. Love that for us. Would love to take that, but I can't. So, more max hand size is nice. Why are we making a big deal of Rousing Strike? Oh, because Rousing Strike it's a powerful and critical source, and it plays when it's drawn. So it's just everything we want in a single card. It's just very, very, very good. I am definitely not running more Rallying Strikes. I just like I said, I did not parse that this gives mana when I was putting the deck together. I think I play that into that. And then I'm going to summon you and pass the turn. Naturally the our summon gets got. Okay, so here's my reason I'm playing the Sharpening Strikes first. If I save them until the unarmed combo shows up, then I give +1, +2 to the unarmed combo itself. But the unarmed combo gets 1 hit per strike plate, which means that is only better if all of these strikes hit, if these strikes hit on average less than 1 time each. And that is not the case. Oh, I should have done that first. That's not the card I thought it was. It is now. Yeah, well, okay, the card showed was 2 swords crossed, not the wolf head. No, this one, wolf head, rousing strike. Play 1 rallying. The 2 swords crossed is. It was. Oh yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about. Anyway, play 1 rallying before sharpening. It should be or. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, rallying before sharpening is good. Yes, rallying before sharpening is good. It's the other thing that I don't think is worth it. I don't actually think Vibrating Strike is... Well, is Vibrating Strike good for us? I feel like I always underrate how good that ends up being, and the answer has to be that it's good, right? We don't really need the lifesteal, I think. That doesn't do anything for us. I don't think either of these do anything for us. Again, like there's a chance that bleed doesn't matter. Vibrating doesn't work with this. Vibrating does not work with strike damage increase, but it does work with the powerful stacking that we have. So it will work with the rallyings. So we're going to cut the Tenderize, because I think Tenderize is the worst card. I think we upgrade... I think these extra hit more mana. Turbulent Focus is good. I don't like trying to make... Turbulent Focus is another card that requires thinking to determine if you should play it or not, and I don't like thinking, so... Oh man, we get a chance at Gore. We can't afford to force it because we need to be able to force Elemental. But we get a chance at it at least. Not amazing, but it's a lot of mana for everyone. Yeah, basically. Do I go for it this turn? I think the answer is no. Yeah, this was the reason I was considering going for it. Just because like that is a lot of plated, but I'm just gonna believe in the power of whatever nonsense we've got going on. Oh, I should use my strenuouses. Oh, even strenuouses are not that much damage here. Four subs 44, that is not enough. That is enough. Oh, I should have done that after killing this, just in case this doesn't kill. No, we're good. Alright, another Rallying Strike, perfect. Legitimately, another Rallying Strike was exactly what I wanted. Free 14, 13, heal 26 character. So it's not heal 26, so we only heal on 15 plus damage hits. So only on the crits do we heal. We only had a 70% chance of healing. So really, it's like heal 0.7 times 2 is 14 plus. Let's call it 17 healing on average. Anyway. Do this. All right. Should have done that. Should have done the powerful stacking a little bit sooner, but I just didn't. Yeah, unfortunately, the tough also gets doubled, so we don't actually end up getting that much net benefit there. We should still have lethal, though, just by playing out all the cards. Yeah. I am pretty happy to have a Tempest Strike, I think. Like I said, I would like the Gore, but I can't afford to spend this reroll here. And Tempest Strike is another card that is like very much on my wish list of cards I want to have in the deck. I guess, yeah. Tempest Strike, no, the Tempest Strike is cheating. The Rallying Strike was cheating because like that was the card I was specifically thinking in my head, like I want that this fight. And I got it. That's actually going to be okay with the... I should have taken Powerful 4 this turn. I wasn't thinking. I'm so used to that being not a card, thing that I care about. We are going to be frozen next turn. But I still don't think it's worth trying to play out this turn anyway. So rude. Wow. So rude. Alright, the Rousing Strike initially tripped it. Sequencing remains difficult. I don't think it's going to matter. I think we're just going to have it. Yeah. This is definitely enough damage. Goodbye. Maybe worse than my max status? Yeah, freezing. Yeah, that's true. And yeah, so we have the Elemental Strike. We didn't even need the reroll, so we could have had the Gore, I guess. Oh, man. And Precise Scalpel. This is easily worth it. I think. Even with the -2 strike damage? Yeah, I think so. Okay, so... math. So each hit, I'm trading 2 guaranteed damage for 0.65 damage per card played afterwards. Which means I would need to play... So if the card hits 4 times, I would need to play, what? 10, I don't know that the scalp math actually works out here. No, because it applies to every single card I play. If all cards hit once. Yeah, but I don't know. Math is hard. The other thing, though, is... No, the reason I do want it is it eats Purity. That's the real reason I need it, because that means the Elemental Strike will let me scythe through enemy... will let me actually freeze things. I don't have to worry about that failing. I do want to upgrade that at some point. I think Rally Strike is the next upgrade. The next cut is... I think it is the Vibrating. Alright, I think we just take the events. I don't... Because, like, we can't take... There's no strikes here. I mean, we could go for a third Rousing, but I don't think... Because I don't think we get a third Rousing Strike out of Stasis most of the time. I don't think we need to go for the third one, especially because we have to take extra fights. Still more max mana, because... Right, let's see if we get bonus Chimera. A bonus Chimera! Alright. You're not going to summon the other allies, because I'm fine just killing a Voidstalker. I would rather not lose all of my summons otherwise. Imagine Pounce being good. I don't remember exactly what the text on Pounce is these days. We don't have any of our rallying either, do we? This is a really unfortunate draw. We just kind of have to go for it. Oh, let me get that out. Alright, we have enough damage. I shouldn't have worried. Right, I can't actually see what Pounce is here without spending a reroll. No. I don't think Luster Blood's actually good for... Well! It's not the worst. Yes, it is. There's nothing we can do with that. Because we can't reliably trip it. The problem with Thrill of the Hunt, remember, is Thrill of the Hunt is a rousing strike we aren't drawing. Thrill of the Hunt means we don't draw a rousing strike, which I don't like. It is both. Yes, but it would be, except we can draw Feint in the opening hand, crucially. And, second of all, also very importantly, Feint does not stop us from drawing Rousing Strike. And drawing Rousing Strike, the critical of a Rousing Strike is so much damage. If we don't have a Rousing Strike, we don't have critical. And that is like a 25% reduction in our overall damage. We're going to take Luster Blood. We're going to upgrade, I think we're going to upgrade the Tempest Strike. That's just so many hits. And then we're just going to probably just cut the Luster Blood, honestly. Yeah, like, yes, but... well, I don't love what this means for our second turn, but... Sir, I am being hunted. Rousing Strike is good at base. Why do you choose not to upgrade? It's not the boost is negligible, it's just that we have so many other good upgrades. I do want to upgrade them eventually, but right now I just don't think they are quite as valuable as upgrading my mana or like Tempest Strike hits 2 additional times, which is just such an insane boost. All right. Like, look at Tempest Strike go. %, extra damage, 25% extra damage. Yep. The card with crossed swords just popped up again. Is the card with the crossed swords in the room with us now? Oh, in stasis. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I get you. This might be okay. That's only as one big hit. I think the Crystal Strike is better. Because we've got stuff. That's been me being useful. This is definitely better. The only way this is potentially a downside is if we overdraw. Yeah, I'll explain stasis when we're in a fight and I can actually show. Oh no, we do want that. We don't want that. We don't care about that as much. So stasis. Start of the fight. Cards start in stasis. They leave stasis when either at the end of turn or when I shuffle my deck. And when a card leaves stasis, it goes to the top of my draw pile. Okay. Oh, I should have actually done that better. I have made some mistakes in my time. And those mistakes are going to cost me a lot of health here. It's fine. It's all fine. Wow, that bleed sucks. I think I'm still going for it this turn. We're going to pitch... Is there anything I can't afford? Unknown. So we're just going to pitch a string to us. Obviously, right, every card that's in my deck is going to be a strike. Sequencing is hard. But it does not matter that sequencing is difficult because I think we should just have it anyway. That's more plated than I was expecting. Nema's back? Yep. Yeah, Nema is so good. This deck exists also because it tools you make strikes. Yep. I don't know that we get how much powerful we're getting. I think we're just like I think all the epic strikes here, except for prismatic strike, are just like instant cuts. I think prismatic is the only. Yeah, no kidding. That was by far some of the best results from taking that much damage you can imagine. That I can imagine. Again, like the rousing strike upgrade, it's good, but one, it costs more, and like mana is it. That's the big thing. Rousing strike plus costs 1 more mana, and normally that's not big, but we have so little mana to work with that we just kind of have to upgrade. And we're gonna get the crystal strike because it costs. Rupture strike. I don't think we can get to rupture strike's numbers, but that might not be true. Can we get to? Right now, we can't hit rupture strike, and it only hits twice. I think we're gonna cut this, and we're gonna hit crystal strike for the moment. We'll hit mana mace to prove I'm fit. I agree. Yeah, absolutely. That's the plan. Unfortunately, there's no digging through muck here. I don't think there are any relevant strikes here because that's not actually a strike anymore. That's not a strike. I don't think there are any strikes in this area. Go for another rousing strike. I mean, monster strikes in this area. Oh no, that's not true. There's ossifying, but the ossifying isn't on a route. It's like the only ossifying here is like really not on a route we want to take. I don't know that I actually want to do this fight. This is a bunch of evasion we have to deal with. And like I said, I don't know that I need another rousing. Or drinking just tea. Oh god, that is not good. That is very bad. Because we still have to keep going, because I can't just like eat all this damage here. We have way more damage, more mana than I thought we were going to. I was really hoping we were going to find the elemental strike. May still be okay, actually. No, we are still okay. It's all fine. Nothing is ever not fine. Are you winning, streamer? I am, actually. I know, I'm stunned. Some more shit like that. Yep. This is not as good as that. That is not as good as that. This has potential. Oh, we don't have any mana cards. Why did I bother thinking this would do anything for us? I am very smart. I mean, it isn't whatever, but it is a third rallying strike. I will absolutely take that. Yeah, we'll just take the rallying strike. Final strike is the name of the card that was there. I know I have. Yes. I'm glad Evil Throttle had mentioned the just like skip the first turn. I would have just been dumb and not really thought about that, and it would have been disastrous. Pop. Oh, sequencing is hard. Goodbye. Get some bleed on you. Oh, I can still use this. We're fine. I don't think we need to, but we can. This is what are you playing as? I'm playing as Pugilist Inna, and I'm doing strikes only as the challenge. I'm just taking another sharpening strike. You get 2 fielding evasion, and there's one strike that does get shield in the deck. Yeah. Does yours get shield? I have one way to get shield. Yeah, I have what is it? Defensive strike. Although it has to show up on a turn that we're actually like the defensive strike probably goes because like we're only playing all of our strikes usually on turns where we're going off. So, less useful than I would like. Also, we've got 0 card draw trinkets. That's the real bad luck. We could potentially go off on turn 1 sometimes if we had card draw trinkets. And wow, again, we're stealing all of our mana. Draw like all your cards, hand or turn 2, yeah. Well, I think we go ahead and get that set up. The problem is I really want to play that. I guess I have to give up on the dream of that. Or I have to give up on the dream of this. One of the two. Should have copied. I should have triple-tomed the follow-up. I wasn't thinking. These are getting good. Yeah, being noisy. Yeah. Chad's just constantly moving. Makes it much harder for me to keep up. Let's do. All right. I'm just going to. Okay, I've got a plan roughly. I don't know how many. I really wish there was a counter for how many strikes I played so far. Okay, good. I was kind of hoping that was the right number. There we go. Just stream. Let's go. Oh, another follow strike. Yes, absolutely. See, I was complaining about not having enough mana, and there we go, another follow strike. It's that easy. You just state your problems clearly to the camera, and one day we'll hear you and give you the card you wanted. All right. Kind of need to get a card out of hand just to make space. My knee hurts. Will it fix itself now? Unknown. Has a few problems that the RNG that a card can solve for you. Do not love that. That helps. I'm gonna pitch probably a Strenuous Strike. Strenuous Strike continues to be the card that I'm just like disrespecting the most. Even when it is absolutely helping me, I am still just not giving it the respect it deserves. Boop. So I think what I want to duplicate is one of the follow-up strikes and the copy of whatever. Oh, it's not going to matter. We have super overkill anyway. He's simply cheating. It's not normal. Yeah, I mean, look. It is getting harder and harder to deny to defeat the cheating allegations. Haha, we successfully just narrowly avoided Arcane blasting away again. And then we just go bonk, 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 bonk. Alright, question is, what am I saving this reroll for? We're fighting Dread, and I don't think it's Destruction. Somebody would have said something. We were fighting Destruction on the Strikes Only run, right? Because that's the only thing I think is I really want to reroll for. Because I would kind of like to have a Prismatic Strike. No luck, and no, we're not doing this. We're not actually going to use this. Well, actually, the thing is, I don't know if it's actually good, because it's just we don't have the mana for it. If it were 0 mana, I would run it here, but it's not, so I can't. Straight up. Do 0 extended damage. Gonna keep upgrading these. Yeah. Nope. Gone. Right. Events. Oh, right. Of course I don't have any disrupting cards. Of course this is going to have to be the fight. I am very smart. I should have taken the bottom option there. I'm so used to going there and getting just the guaranteed upgrade that my brain just autopiloted to the wrong option. If I do that, we actually do get hit, which is unfortunate, but it's fine. We can deal with it. Right, summoning that actually was a terrible mistake because it's just going to heal this. Seeing the between boss and he's not cheating? Yeah, absolutely. Strikes only, yeah, only strike cards. If a card doesn't have strike on the type of land, I can't use it. But follow-up strike does generate mana on the beta, which I did not even realize until multiple fights into this run because I am very clever. There we go. Got him. And there's a mana mace. Yeah, I mean, I guess we take it. Sure, why not? No, yeah, we're gonna take this. Called it. Yep. You can only use cards with the word strike in the name, or I can only use strikes. It has to have strike at the bottom. So I have to say strike on the card at the bottom, where the type goes. This unfortunately does not drop a strike. This is Baylater, I guess, would be the only one that drops a strike. I never actually knew that I like the Baylater strike. And then I guess we just... no, we're not going to do that because the whatever's happening. Unfortunately, we do get, I believe, fatigued here. Yeah. Which... There's no way that we do this fight in one turn. Unless... there are strikes without striking the name, my dude. Legitimate question. Yes. Let's go. Bonk. Ideally, I would avoid tripping. Ideally, I would have duplitomed a follow-up if I was being serious about taking this. Because now I'm not going to have a way to get to mana, because even if I play this... Unless literally the next card in the deck is... Oh no, if any of those are the next card in the deck, we're good. Nope. Well, I was too greedy. I was punished. We do at least get to freeze, which is something. Release the shock, but I'm fine with that. What am I doing? Oh, we're talking about Monster Hunter now. Yeah, I just can't even pay attention to chat at this point. You guys are on your own. You're doing great. We're all very proud, or something. Okay. So I think I stasis a rousing strike. And I copy those. Make sure that shuffles in. I don't think we're playing this one. No, we're not. Got him. Probably for pretty consistent streams and an actual new video. I mean, technically, yes. Legendary Strike. I mean, I don't know that we can afford... The problem is, right, that we can only afford to play Legendary Strike if everything has gone... Like, we just can't. We can't afford to do it unless we draw, like, turn 1. And even then, it's not good. The question is it the worst card in our deck? Absolutely would love to see a card draw trinket. I think Crystal Strike is worse. I think we're cutting the Crystal Strike. I think the mana is absolutely still the problem. Aspects. Okay, I wasn't sure what this one was. I knew Dread was one of them. And, like, Dread is obviously the problem. Our one, like, hope here is that if we can spike the turn 1 Legendary Strike, we are in business. But that does not seem to be how this is going today. I mean, we have to try. Okay, plan B. Which is... I mean, we don't have that for next turn. I think we just have to take it. Average shields more dangerous? I mean, very much possible. I was really hoping that wasn't going to be enough to double freeze us. Wow. We don't get this turn either, I guess. But I do want to go ahead and get unfrozen, so that next turn I can draw into things. So if we could have the Legendary Strike, we'd be in business, but I think we go for it. Or we played that, and then, like, if we had gotten the Legendary Strike, we would have gone for it, but we didn't, so we don't. I think is the point. Doing this, so then I can evade, and I will draw the ripostes. Just because. Not that matters. Unfortunately, we are now decay. The decay doesn't matter. The fatigue kind of matters, but we are holding a bunch of cards anyway. Wow, okay. And we still cannot find... Wow! Okay! Okay, fuck you! If these hadn't been literally both of the bottom cards, we would have been fine. We just needed either one of those to not be the literal bottom of our deck. I guess the name for the riposte was a mistake. I guess we passed the turn. We may end up having to restart this fight just because, like, that was such atrocious luck. And, like, I knew this fight was going to be tough, but... I know. Yep, I knew it was coming. No, I'm just going to restart. I'm just going to rest and restart because we need to have the ability to actually have a fucking turn. And we did not have a turn there at all. We don't get a removal. We do get wet, so we get an extra card. Alright, let's see if we can get... Okay, Right, still no luck on finding legendary. We get one more shot. Alright. And the importance of legendary strike here is that the purity will mean that we don't get frozen, hopefully. Which will put us in a much stronger position for action. We do need to empty cards out if we want to be able to keep this between turns, but I don't think there's no way we can play enough cards to get that, to keep that between turns, so we're just going to let it go. So we are going to still be frozen, but we're only going to be single frozen, which should be manageable. Still not ideal, but we can work with this hopefully. We were really low on mana, huh? So if we duplicitome, and this time it was the elemental strike that's hiding. And I want to play this twice, but I don't know that I can. I think I have to try and budget around it. And now... Oh, but I can do this. Thank you. Alright, everything is fine. I forgot we picked up a card draw trinket. Animation sharpening duplicitome. I really like this duplicitome because it will help us ensure that we can freeze everything. Pop. And yeah, there is the, because now we get next turn safely. Oh, if these are lethal, we should just go ahead and get one of them out. Ideally, I want to try and kill two of them, so... Okay, maybe we... Yeah, awkward, because this is not going to be enough, and this is super overkill. But... Definitely a lot better. But is it doing that many hits? Yeah, because the text of it is deal damage to the first enemy. It hits one more time for every other strike played this turn. Why is what doing so many? What do you mean other than the unarmed combo is doing that many hits? The one that's... Oh, because it just does. It just hits a bajillion times. I think one day buffed it on beta patch for God knows why. Do we just eat this hit? Because, yeah, there's just no way that's enough damage. Or I don't think that's enough damage, and if, like, it's not, then we end up having to take another turn anyway. I think this just, like, guarantees it. Strikes are fine on life patch. And that's me saying that, so... I should have done that sooner. Alright. Yeah, and? Yeah, this is still going to be a no on these. But that's fine. You know, it's funny, but I don't think it's actually good. I mean, it basically comes down to, do we actually care about summoning remote? I think the Mulligan Stone... is better than semi-remote for those turns where I just desperately need to find a piece. This upgrade might actually be worth it. Because I don't think we can count on every other fight going to being only one turn. And carrying that room between turns is going to be huge. Excuse me. Let's pitch Strenuous. Seems like a good place to end the turn. The bleed is less great for us. But that does decay, I think. It is, which we don't care about because we aren't really creating cards, although we will when we use that, but it's a minor problem. And we are copying the Mana Mace and I think the Tempest Strike. (26 times 15), that sounds like a lethal number. I was wrong. Oh well. Hopefully that's enough to finish them off. I'll tell you how to tube you, though. Alright, I'm going to then do this, which is not going to kill them, but it is going to put them all frozen and in a bad way. Oh, it is going to kill them. I lied. Haha. I legitimately did not think that was going to be quite lethal. I mean, I calculated. That was exactly why I did things the way I did. And you were worried about this fight. So I don't think Rupture Strike does anything for us. And like the mana does continue to be a problem. Yeah, I think upgrading Sharpening Strike makes some amount of sense here. How much does this get? Oh, this makes this 1 mana cheaper. But the extra 1 damage per hit is not as big. I think we just upgrade the Sharpening Strike. And cut the Rupture Strike. Forgot about shock your math? Probably. To be fair, I just mostly didn't do math. Pitch. That. And then I think I just kind of want to get this out of hand. So I have space next turn for other stuff. You're going to get debuffed still, but less debuffed. Okay. Yeah, the Symphony Ring is actually kind of a net negative just because we are so often drawing out the hand anyway. So I think I'm copying the Mana Mace again. So let's put that into stasis. Copy the Mana Mace. I should have considered copying the Rallying Strike. We're just going to copy the Tempest Strike again. Although we do still have to be able to actually build up to. Alright, the Shock is doing so much work. So for your relics, you have an extra. Yeah, I sometimes. This one I just need to make space in hand. I guess I could play one more of these out before I... Sounds kind of fair? Yeah. I think at this point we save for next turn. Because that thing's not getting unfrozen. Spoilers. And yeah, okay, good. The only way that I think you get super punished there is if we did get fatigued. And we didn't, so... And I don't think I want to stasis anything in this hand. I think I'm happy enough. Is that true? I think the answer is that there's no way that it's worth stasising here. Alright. We're gonna have other vault place cheap, but like look, I'm not good enough at this game to beat it without cheating. Is that what you want to hear? Because it's the truth. Are you happy? You got me to reveal my my terrible secret. I'm a hack and a fraud. All right. Look, I always said that you know, once Vapid started winning, like, before Vapid had showed up, like, I had said for forever, you know, I'm not actually that good at this game. Sooner or later, somebody's going to show up who's actually good at the game, who's going to, like, completely thrash even the highest difficulties way easier than I do, and you'll all realize I'm a fraud. And then Vapid did, and he did. And that's the proof. But I was able to get there. With only the one restart on Dread, because Dread was being very stupid. But that was the stream. That was the run. Other way around. It was a good time. See you guys next time for seeing if we can make Crystal Rowden work. Until then.